Welcome back to another episode of watching One Piece every day until I die or I catch up. No editing, no setup, no script, just vibes. Talking about, the show that you love the way you would with your friends, but you don't have any. So that's why I'm here. So without any further yap, let's get into episode 9, which is, let's see, I have the title pulled up. Wait. Oh, the title is called Honorable Liar, Captain Usopp. So this is where we get introduced to Usopp's character. And I'll just give my quick impression, then give a synopsis of the episode, and then kind of talk about some parts I liked and didn't like. And just vibe. Just relax and, talk about a show that I've never seen before. That you guys probably love already. So, yeah. So they pull up to the, sorry, I'm at a loss for words. It's been 3 days since I've made an episode. I've lost my touch. So the gang pulls up to this beach, to Syrup Island or Syrup Village or whatever. And they meet Usopp, who's like, so it's a little bit funny because the word Uso comes from Japanese and it means like liar. So in Japanese, you'd already kind of know just from the name what kind of character he is. Sorry, not to be like too like nerd, like mega like otaku mode on you guys. So we already get that piece of information, which I already think is pretty funny. And I've heard from people online and stuff that Usopp is really annoying at first. And then he gets better. I didn't really mind him too much. I thought he was actually a decently likable, like he's kind of annoying and loud sometimes, but he's a decently likable character in my opinion. So then we get him. So his whole shtick is like he always like does the boy who cries wolf, and he always says that there's pirates coming and stuff. And so the gang pulls up, and then he has like these 3 little henchmen kids working for him. Absolutely goated use of child labor. So that already makes me like his character more. That he knows how to use his resources, which is children, to his advantage. And he thinks they're lying, but no, there's actually pirates. So he tries to like trick them by having all like his whole pirate crew and make them go away. But no one's fooled. And so eventually they end up like at dinner together, and they find out that Usopp is, I forget the name, Yasop or something. But anyway, he was a member of Shank's crew. So Luffy was friends with Usopp's dad. So we get that kind of cool piece of like connecting info. And then we jump into like them meeting Kaya, who's like this really rich girl who's been sick for like a really long time. And her butler, Clarador. And I think I got up to the end of this arc when I watched the live action. I didn't watch much more than that in the live action. But I remember really enjoying this arc, especially because Clarador was so cool in the live action. And I think Usopp's character, like the actor who played Usopp, was probably my favorite actor in the live action. He was really good. But regardless, so already kind of knowing where this is going to go, I'm very excited for this section to unfold. And so we meet Kaya, and Usopp like cheers her up by telling her all these crazy stories that never happened. And Clarador is very like against all this happening, and I know where this goes because I've seen the live action again. But Clarador, I think in anime, is actually a much better character because it's easier. I think it's better to convey sort of all the different emotions and things, like presenting this like persona. I almost said fursona. I'm cooked. Presenting like this persona, being like this like butler and like adjusting the glasses and everything, but still being like kind of ominous and not knowing what he really wants. I think that's like the anime conveyed that very well to me, in my opinion. And so then we meet this one like moonwalking guy who's like moonwalking backwards. So all in all, this is kind of just an introduction to Usopp's character and setting up for this arc to unfold, which I'm very excited for. So I might just leave it. Oh wait, let me just give things that I liked and didn't like. So I heard that I wouldn't like Usopp, um, like from like different things online. I saw it in like the comments of like a Pro ZD video. Um, Shout out Sungwon. Um, and I had no problems with him, honestly. I really liked him in the live action. And sure, he's like annoying and loud and stuff. Um, but I really had no problem with him. And I can already tell kind of where they're going with his character, trying to make him have that little bit of annoyingness. Um, so that we can like grow to love him. And sometimes it is a little bit annoying because it should be. But I really think he's like a good character. I think his whole shtick of just being like lying for no reason and thinking he's like this captain, I think that's pretty funny. So I really have no problems with him. And not much else happened for me to comment on in this episode. Just I'm excited to get into the rest of this arc because the buggy arc is, it was clear to me even while I was watching that it wasn't really shit. Like it was just like this purely kind of boots on the ground first action. Um and now this feels like, I understand that this is still very, very introductory. But this feels more like an actual like fleshed out arc, hopefully. So yeah, I'm gonna just quit yapping and I'll catch you guys next episode. Bye.